Hello and welcome to Dr. Nora's Clinic. In today's episode, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about chocolate and cocoa. That's right, I'm here in the beautiful Versace El Barocco restaurant, and right behind me is the desserts table. Let's go and check it out and see what the nutritional breakdown of each of these are. Let's go. Alrighty, so as you can see, you've got the traditional Australian pavlova, which is, as we know, full of meringue, cream, and it's even got a bit of fruit on it. So meringue is literally just sugar and eggs, which is probably not the most healthiest thing, but I know Australians love it, and it is great for your Christmas barbecues, etc. But I wouldn't say have this every day. Now, it is saved by a bit of fruit, so there's a bit more healthy for you, but it's probably not something you want to have every day. Let's take a look what else there is. Alrighty, so over here, we've got the Versace chocolate millionaire slice. Now, the best thing about this is the medallion on the top. Now, the medallion on top is actually the Versace emblem. And if you look at it, it actually has a really high cocoa value. It's about 95% cocoa, which is, as you'll know very shortly, is actually quite good for your health. Can't say the same about the rest of the cake. The rest of the cake is chocolate, it's cheesecake, and there's lots of caramel. So not a lot of good stuff in there, unfortunately. Let's go and take a look what else is on the table. Now, over here is the chocolate mousse. Now, the great thing about this is that you can actually see the difference in the colour of the chocolate. So this is milk chocolate, which is very light in colour in comparison to the dark chocolate, which is very dark. So that means that this has got less of a cocoa value than that one. That one's got a high cocoa concentration, which is a little bit healthier for the health, other than this one, which probably has about 5 to 10% cocoa concentration. So unfortunately, I'll be giving this one a miss. Now, coming around the table, you can see that there is some dried fruit here. Now, guys, dried fruit is really healthy, but I have to say, only have about 1 or 2 pieces because it does actually contain a lot of sugar in it. So it's good, but not for a lot. Now, my favorite part of the table itself is the fruit section. Of course, there are melons, there's watermelon, and there's grapes as well, which is fantastic. They're high in fiber, natural sugars as well, including fructose. Just take a look at that. Doesn't that look appealing to you? It looks appealing to me, but of course we all know that having too much sugar, too much fruit can actually raise your sugar levels up, especially if you're diabetic. So again, all in moderation. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. That is what we're talking about, guys. That is a chocolate brownie right there. Right next to the fruit section, there's a chocolate brownie. Again, chocolate is great. It makes you feel good. It gives you happy hormones. It's an aphrodisiac. It's got all this nice stuff in it, but we have to be aware of the cocoa content, and I'll go into that very shortly, but what I mean. All right, I've just found something that looks pretty healthy, I'd say. So over here we've got some oat and hazelnut cookies. Yes, I know you're thinking, that's not healthy, Dr. Nora. But oat, interesting fact about oat, it is high in fiber. It's got potassium, it's got magnesium, it's got all sorts of good nutrients in it as well. It's got zinc in it, which is great. And the best thing about it is really filling as well. So oat is a fantastic way to start your day, to give you energy throughout the whole day. Hazelnut equally is a very good nut. It's very nutritious, it's got high in calcium, high in protein. So them combined together is great. Obviously, watch out for sugar content as well, because if there is a bit of sugar in there, it's probably not the best thing you want to be eating, especially late at night. But as a breakfast bar, go for it. Now, who doesn't love an apple crumble? Oh my God, just take a smell of that. Just take a smell. Look at that. Bit of apple crumble with some custard perhaps, or maybe some toffee syrup. Guys, that is literally what dreams are made of. However, if you want to stay in shape and you want to keep nice and trim and healthy, I'd say have this once maybe every month or every couple of months, because again, apple, yes, it's nutritious, it's got lots of protein, it's got lots of fiber, and it's a great fruit. Once it's been cooked down, unfortunately, you do lose a lot of its nutrients, so it's best eaten raw. And of course, crumble's going to have flour, it's going to have sugar, it's going to have cream, oh my goodness. So I'd say have that on a rare occasion, particularly if you're going to be topping up with some toffee syrup. Just look at that. That is literally Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's dream. That is what dreams are made of. Let's go back to the table and take a look at the cocoa content of those chocolates. As you'll see, I've got my Versace slice here, and there is some chocolate ganache on the top. Now, ganache is typically made up of cream, butter, and cocoa. Now, the way that it gets this color is because of the cocoa content. So if it's got a high cocoa content, it will look a lot darker in color. If it's got less of a cocoa content, it will be a lot lighter in color. Say, for example, this chocolate over here, which is a lot lighter, so it means there's more milk and cream in it. I want to eat this just because it has got the Versace emblem on it. I feel like I will eat your head, Mr. Versace. I click, yeah, Miss Versace. Kidding. Wow. Okay. If anybody likes dark chocolate, this is like 100% dark cocoa, which is good because cocoa is really healthy for you, but it's very bitter as well. Let me tell you an interesting fact right now. Okay, so chocolate cocoa. So when you think about cocoa, it comes from the bean, obviously from all our rainforests, like in Amazon, etc., etc. Now it gets purified down. That concentrate of cocoa can either be like 10% cocoa, 20%, 75%, and even 90% cocoa, which means that there's less added sugars, milks, etc. into it. So the higher, God, that's so bitter. The higher the concentrated cocoa, the less of the added stuff they're going to put in. So for example, they're going to put in less sugar and milk, etc. Whereas say for example, dairy milk actually has probably about 1% cocoa, which is why it looks so light and brown. So, and it tastes really sugary and milky as well. So when they talk about chocolate being healthy for you, they're not actually talking about your Cadbury's, creamers, your Cadbury's fruit and nuts, no, because it has such a low amount of cocoa in it. They're actually talking about the 75% plus cocoa, so that 75% or 90% cocoa, because it has less sugar and it has less fats in it. So actual raw cocoa by itself is a lot more healthier than say your dairy milk chocolate. So there is a fun fact for you. So that what I just ate there, that 90% bitter cocoa, is actually the best part of this whole meal because I know my heart is going to be happy with that. Because as they do say, one piece of chocolate a day keeps the doctor away. Oh my God. I'm getting shivers down my spine. It's so tasty. I'm a big fan of white chocolate, okay? White chocolate has literally no cocoa in it, so there is no nutritional value to white chocolate. Unfortunately, it's just laden with sugar, milk, and cream, which, as we know, is not a good thing for your health. So when we do talk about one piece of chocolate a day, don't go for white chocolate. It really is just the bitter 75%, 90% cocoa, even 100% cocoa. So of the two, I'd probably say this one is slightly healthier than this one. However, they're small for a reason. That's because you don't want to be over binging in this. You don't have too much of this because, as we know, sugar in chocolate can give you a massive sugar spike and it can send your pancreas into overdrive, producing lots of insulin. So it's not good for people who have got diabetes. And even if you're a healthy, normal person, it's not good for the waistline. So I'd say have a tiny amount and leave the rest for another time. I hope you found this video useful. And of course, if you have any questions or comments, please drop me a line in the comment section below. But for now, take care and stay healthy. Right, gonna have a sneaky bite. Shh, don't tell anyone.